President of Subasri Realty Pvt Ltd, a group company of Daily Thanthi. So this is our 27th session, and we've been fortunate to have amazing speakers for the past 26 sessions, and thank you for that. Thank you for Charles for taking the time out, making this happen today. Just a minute. Sorry, yes. And we today is a very interesting topic, which, in fact, I'm very happy to hear and understand what Charles's point of view is, because we're all a lot of agency folks on this call today. At the same time, relationship is the name of the game. And I think if we have great relationships, the business can be great and we can grow from both sides. So today's topic being importance of client and agency relationship, which is what Charles is going to be talking about. So let me quickly introduce Charles to all of you. Mr. Charles is a distinguished real estate professional with 27 years of experience in residential and commercial real estate, specializing in P&L management, project execution, sales, marketing, leasing, and customer relationship management. He has a proven track record in establishing and scaling real estate startups, overseeing large-scale developments, and managing key business functions, including legal, liaison, and land acquisition. Currently serving as Senior Vice President at Subasri Realty Pvt Ltd, he leads strategic initiatives in sales, marketing, and property management. Charles holds an MBA from Loyola Institute of Business Administration and an LLB from Venkateshwara University, bringing a strong combination of business acumen and legal expertise to the industry. Thank you so much once again, Charles, and over to you.
Good evening. Thanks, Suraj, for the good introduction about me. Even I came to know a lot of things about me through you. Thank you. Okay, now coming to the topic, I was looking at various topics to discuss with the team. Then finally, I took this topic, which is a very old topic, and everybody, you would have listened to this topic so many times in your lifetime, but nothing wrong in going back to the basics. I always tell people, when you are stuck, please go back to the basics. That will help us a lot to learn the ABCD of the business. In advertising, most of the time we find clients switching the agencies, scouting for agency all the time, blaming the agency all the time. So how do we sort this out? Sitting on the agency side, say I had been with the agency for almost 12 to 15 years. And I never lost a client in my career. I had always held the clients to my control and gave a best of the service. So I thought this will be a right topic to discuss with you, saying how do we build the relationship between the agency and the client, and how does it help? When you build a good agency, how does it help? So to start with it, still I was told most of the participants who will be here will be youngsters who are into the business for last 5 or 3 to 4 years or 5 years only. The veterans don't come into this kind of meeting, so I'm happy. So if I make a mistake, nobody will know what I have done. But to the youngsters, we need to discuss how to build the relationship with the client. See, when can we build a relationship with the client? First thing is, we should know about ourselves. Who are we and where are we? We should know. If I know about myself well, only I can start building relationship with the people around me. Let's take our basic knowledge about our industry. See, advertising is one of the best industries available to work with. All of us know it falls under service sector, and it is the 8th largest industry in the world. If you take advertising as such, it is 8th industry in the world. And India, you won't believe, this industry is worth 1.1 trillion. That's like 1 lakh crores of money involved in this industry. So we should know what is the size of this industry, how much each of the sector, whether it is television, print, magazine, digital, outdoor, radio, and whatnot, everything, how much each sector is making, and where are we strong. And today, 50% of this 1 lakh crore is going in digital marketing. I remember in the early 2000s, 2004, 5, 6, and when I used to do digital planning, no digital marketing planning, advertising planning, I used to be in real estate industry, and I used to be called a veteran at that time. Okay, you know how my planning used to be. Okay, 50,000 rupees for Magic Bricks, 50,000 rupees for India property, 50,000 rupees for 99 acres. If I do this three, no, I have mastered my digital advertising. That's it. After that, none of us know what it is. And I used to be an expert in real digital advertising at that time. Now, for you to listen to that, you'll be laughing. All of you will be laughing. Oh, was that the greatest knowledge in 2004, 5, all that. But today, imagine 50,000 crores being spent in digital marketing. So, what should be our knowledge in that? What should be about our knowledge in each medium? How much television is being spent, how much people spend on radio, how much people are spending in print medium, how much people are spending in digital, how each medium is working. So we should be masters of our own industry. We can't just be saying, okay, the client wants one press ad, client wants one TV ad, clients want some digital advertising. That's not it is. I should know about my industry. This is the size of it. This is each sector. This is what each medium can deliver to my client. When I am very sure about my house, then I walk into my client's business. Only when I'm sure about myself, I can take this as an advertising solution to my client. For some of our clients, there will be clients who use all the mediums. They won't leave out everything, everything they like to be there. There are some clients who will simply say, Charles, I don't have money. I have so much budget. Tell me how to use it effectively. And but no client will say, I don't want to sell. Client will always say, I want 100% sales. But how much is marketing and advertising budget? So little. With this little, how do I maximize my return? This will be the client requirement. So how do we deliver it best? Unless I have the knowledge about my industry, I won't be able to deliver. I won't be able to tailor make my creatives, tailor make my media plan. We cannot unless we have knowledge about our own house. So first is make sure that we understand about our industry, understand about your own agencies, what it can deliver, where is your strength, accordingly pitch to the client. In this process, I would like to share, how do we recruit? If I tell you tomorrow, you take one assistant for yourself. No, most of the time we'll be always saying, no, I'm overworking, pa, I'm overloaded, pa, I need one assistant. Tomorrow, if somebody tells you, okay, take an assistant for yourself, take. What do we do? How do we shortlist a client? How do we shortlist a candidate for us? First is we check how knowledgeable is he. Second, how well can he deliver all that I tell him? How much can I bank on him? Only after then only you see what is his education, where did he study, where is he come, all that is secondary. First thing what I want to know is the candidate capable of delivering, learning, and delivering? He should be willing to learn along with us. He may not come with all the knowledge possible. He'll come with limited knowledge, but once he comes on board, he should be willing to learn and deliver. This is what we look at when we take a lieutenant, no? Once you take that guy, you are saying, now, I have extra hands. I can deliver it now. That's the conviction you are having. If that is the conviction we need to have when we recruit one guy for us, imagine a client when he is recruiting an agency. What all will be his expectation? So, how do we deliver to the expectation of the client? To deliver to that expectation, I need to keep on learning. Your learning cannot stop with BCom, engineering, MBA with a college. After that, I have nothing to learn. No, 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 no. Learning is an ongoing process. We have to keep on learning so that the client believes that this guy has the knowledge to handle my brand. He has the knowledge to handle my marketing. He will run along with my sales guys and deliver what is needed. So only when that client gets that trust, he starts working along with us. So it is most important to know our business, very important to know the client business, and we should be willing to travel along with him to deliver his expectancy. See, once we build the relationship, no, then it is all the reason for us. We have to look forward to delivering on each and every job. I will give you examples from my work experience. Okay. See, I had spent the last almost like 15, 20 years in real estate now. From 2008 and 8 onwards, I'm in real estate industry. If for most of you to know, till 2005, 6, 7, 8, none of the real estate clients came on television. It was always on print medium. They will always take on the Property Plus and Times of India. This will be the marketing plan strategy all the time. They'll take that 4-page ad or a jacket ad in Hindu and Times of India. That's how they'll be working. And those days, it will be very expensive. On a single day, we used to throw up around 1 to 2 crores of money on print medium. And we had a fantastic agency at that time with us. They actually came and told us, Charles, you should look at television. I said, listen, why do we need to go for television? Because our product is sold in one location. It's not like FMCG product. No, I realize the house is not sold in shops. It is in one location. So why do I have to go to television? Not needed. The client said, no, agency said, no, 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 Charles. See, your projects are worth 500 crore, 1000 crore, 200 crore. How do you expect to sell all these units in a limited time, like 6 month time, 12 months time? Concession will go for 4 years and 5 years. We can't be selling for 5 years together. We have to finish selling in 6 months or 12 months time. That's the time agency said, you should look at television. We were not willing to look at that. Then one day it happened, they came and presented an outdoor campaign, hoarding campaigns. So each hoarding, there'll be 2, 3 messages, no? So they had presented the hoarding in a PowerPoint. Each slide was one hoarding. This was for a project on GST road, okay? And this campaign was based on move to GST road, okay? And there was a slight bit of a feeling of regret in that message. And it was saying move to GST. The first slide said bye bye Anna Nagar. Second slide said Tata T Nagar. Third slide said sorry OMR. Fourth slide said move to GST road. This is our project. This was a PowerPoint presentation. Here is where you have to see how agency client relationship can work together to move to next level. I asked a question, hey, this PowerPoint is looking nice. Can you make it a TV commercial of it? We can run it in the theater. They laughed at me and said, Charles, this is a PPT presentation of your hoarding campaign. How can you make it a film and run it in the theater? I said, looks nice. Check with your people. Can we run it? Then the agency people asked me, what is the real motivation for you? Why do you want to go to theater with this kind of idea? Then I said, listen, you have been telling me we have to make a TV commercial. How do we prepare the management for that? How do we convince the management to go for TV? Make this, run it in theaters. Let's see what the management feels. You won't believe we spent just 50,000 rupees in 2008. Yeah, in 2008, we spent 50,000 rupees to make a film and run it in Satyam Theatre, big screen. This was the commercial. Commercial simply will say one slide, bye bye Anna Nagar, Tata T Nagar, sorry OMR, and little bit of music and say move to JS Road. This is the project. It was on the large screen. Few of my previous clients called up our managing director and said, hey, we saw a film in Satyam Theatre. It is fantastic. And our management fell for it. He came next day to the office. He said, Charles, call the agency, make a TV commercial. We went on to make a TV commercial for the next project. You won't believe that project got sold out in 6 months' time. Then that was a success story. The point to see here is that if your relationship with the client and client relationship with the agency is good, you will start experimenting. And all of us are working together for the success of the brand and sale. And when you taste the smallest success, no, client will be willing to travel along with you. Whatever you say, they will come along with you. We went on to make a TV commercial. That commercial won award that year, and it sold all our projects also. So this is a small example just to tell you how a good trusted relationship with the client and agency can work together for both. Now moving on to second point. Most of the young people in advertising industry today feel advertising industry is not making enough money. Clients are not willing to pay us. They are all the time negotiating, or all the time they are looking at moving to some other agency. And it's a service sector, so people will keep negotiating. Let's stop for a while and think here. How many of us or how many of the people look for the best doctor when it becomes a health problem? How many of us look for best auditor when it becomes an income tax problem? When we want to build a house, small house also, we want to run to an architect. All this is service industry. In this industry, no, you will see the best of doctors. People are willing to wait for 1 month to get the surgery done, but done only by the doctor. People are willing to wait for that particular audit to file the returns. People are willing to wait for that advocate to take up your case. Also, we know there are hundreds of people in this profession who are finding difficult to make the ends meet. So there is a winning side, there is a losing side. We should be on the winning side all the time. And advertising agency, we are solution providers to the brands. We are solution provider to the people who are failing in business. Advertising can build a business. I always tell people among the 4 P's that people talk about, no, price, product, place, and promotion. Your price may fail, your product may fail, your place may fail, but promotion can take care of all these defects. If good advertising, there is a good saying, that no, good advertising kills a bad product instantly, and good advertising takes a good product to a long way. So advertising plays a vital role in this. So when in the service industry itself, when we see one sector failing, one sector succeeding, how do we be on the succeeding side all the time? There is a motivation. I told you when I started the topic. Our industry is 1 lakh crore per annum. This is the right industry to be in. And if you provide the best, clients will come stand in queue. Most of friends will know how people used to flock certain agents those days, take our brand, handle our brand. Only if they don't take, they move to other agencies. So if you provide the best service, you can claim premium to it. You cannot be ordinary. You have to be the extraordinary. To be the extraordinary service providers, we need to be willing to learn along with client. You will tell me, Charles, why should I learn my client business? Am I going to be in their business? I am in advertising. I should learn only about advertising. Why should I learn my client's business? It's not like that. It is in client's growth, our growth rests. If the client grows, only we can grow. If the client brand grows, he will increase the advertising budget, our agency grows. So we have to be willing to learn along with client, which I will give you with my personal experience. I used to handle a retail brand in Chennai, and handling retail business like Chennai Silk, RMKV Silks, and those kind of guys, no, your seniors will tell you it's a nightmare. It's very difficult to handle those retail clients those days. I don't know how it works now, but those it is difficult. And I was handling one of the biggest retail clients in Chennai. That client one day called me at morning 6 o'clock. He said, Charles, I'm taking a walk. I'm on the Mount Road. Please come immediately. 6 o'clock in the morning, I woke up. I ran to Mount Road to one of the signals. He said, Charles, look at this hoarding. Why has this client suddenly changed campaign here and put summer collection? Why didn't we think of it? Only one hoarding. His competition has put up one hoarding. And this client used to have at that time, I don't know, most of you who've seen in 2000, those days, city used to be filled with hoardings. And my client had 25 hoardings permanently booked all throughout the year. He never used to surrender any of the hoarding. So I looked at and said, yes, sir, he has put summer collection and he has put only one hoarding. He said, no, Charles. By evening, I want to see a campaign. Tomorrow we are shooting. 2 days time, we are changing all the hoardings. As you imagine, creative campaign to be done in one day, presented, next day to be shot, and next day printed, and all the hoarding to be up. I came back to agency. We were ready with the campaign, and that client always takes the meeting after 10 o'clock at night, not during the daytime. Meeting is only after 10 o'clock at night. We met the client at 10, got the creative approved. Next day we got into shooting. We changed all the 25 hoardings. It became cotton collection. I still remember this campaign names. 25 hoardings changed. Now you can ask me, so what? It is his business. That is not the way to look at it. For that client, he could not buy the point that his competition took one step forward and launched a campaign before him. He couldn't agree to that. He could not come to terms with that. He said, what did my agency do? Why didn't you suggest? I want it now. To his speed, we delivered. We changed all the hoardings in 2, 3 days' time. What was the in for us? It's money. We were able to bill for one more campaign, one more printing job, one more hoarding job. We got the money. If you are not willing to travel with that client, no, we cannot make money. Being an advertising business is a very, very task oriented business. When you are there, it's a service sector. We have to keep on delivering without hesitation. We have to keep on delivering all the time, and all the time it has to be right. We delivered on that time. Most of you would like to know which client it is. That time it was a very big client. The client was RMKV Silks. He cannot tolerate his competition being ahead of him, even in hoarding. And his competition is none other than Nalli Silks. Imagine Nalli Silk just putting up one hoarding and the market leader reacting to it instantly and expecting the agents to travel along and deliver it to him, and we did it. One more example to say how agency client relationship helps us to grow. I'll give you the example from the same client. We were doing extremely well. Mudra was handling that time. We were doing extremely well with that brand. Month on month, we used to do campaign. Suddenly, he called we started launched the brand in 8, 9 months. He called for a business review. We know when the client says we want to review, no, it's a jittery feeling. It's actually saying client. It's actually client calling us to say we are changing the agency. Otherwise, why would an agency, when client call for a review of the business? Normally, that was the practice those days. If the client calls for a meeting, review meeting, we know there is something wrong with this. So he called us. We went with the jitter feeling, but our experience was something different, which I cannot forget even today. He started the meeting saying, listen, I called for the business review. He said, I believe his father had told him one statement. If there is a failure in a business, review it, nothing wrong. Anybody can fail, review the business, correct the course. But if there was unplanned success, there is something wrong with this. How did we have an unplanned success? Success should be planned, no? If you get an unplanned success, he said something wrong somewhere. Call for a meeting, immediately review the business. That client called us for the meeting, reviewed us saying, we have achieved the target in 8 months' time. How did we do it? Which means either we fixed the target so low or we did something great without our planning. These are the experiences which the client shares with agency only when he trusts the client, trusts the agency, and he knows agency will walk along with him on every step. In such relationship, we can do wonders for the client. That's the time you can take credit saying, listen, this brand growth, I have a role to play. The brand grew to this level because of me, and I have a slice in that success. So, in every step that you make, we have to make sure that we travel with the client and make him grow all the time. It is in his growth, our growth is there. I remember, I think it should be Canara Bank or Kannada Bank slogan, growing to serve and serving to grow. That should be our motive when we are in advertising, that we have to work for the success of the client. When he succeeds, I succeed. What is the basic for is, I need to have thorough knowledge about my industry. And when it comes to client, I need to know thoroughly of his industry. I need to know his business, his sector, his competition. For example, see, most of us will be handling, let's say, banking business. Every bank has got their success, their strength. Some will be very strong in personal loan, some will be very strong in two-wheeler loan, four-wheeler loan, housing loan, corporate loan. So the bank that we serve, we need to know how the banking industry itself operates and how our client is operating and where is his strength. To his strength, we need to play our knowledge. From my industry, what is the solution I can provide to him for his growth? When the client believes that we are working for his growth, he will never change agency. They will never cut the marketing budget. They will never cut the advertising budget. They will go by our suggestion. In his growth is our growth. Anything else now? Should we, Suraj? What's the point? What's that?
Yes, Charles.
Should you open up for questioning, or you want me to?
No, I think it's up to you. I think we can open it up to for questions. And
Yeah,
before that, thank you so much, Charles. It was a nice memory, like a rundown memory lane of your experience being at the agency and
yeah,
what many of us face in different forms today, and
yeah.
how that those experiences have taken you far ahead in your career and built the business for the client and for yourself, right? As the agency. So I think a lot for us to learn in terms of the agency client relationship. And thank you for that sharing that session with us.
Yes.
So I'd like anyone to, everyone over here, we have many folks that have been part of many of our earlier sessions. You can feel free to come on camera and ask Charles your question, or you can drop a question in our chat window, and we'll be happy to take those questions. We've got one as we speak, Charles, which is from Arun Shankar. The question is, what are the areas where a client agency relationship can be improved still, especially in the Tamil Nadu market?
See, in Tamil Nadu market, I will tell you something specific to Tamil Nadu. I say share this with most of in my circle of friends. Take it to real estate. Today, successful brands in Chennai, no, if you take that, it is Prestige, Brigade, Alliance, all the brands which came from Bangalore. Only then the Chennai grown brands come. How is that? Why is that? Chennai grown brands have not gone to Hyderabad, they have not gone to Bangalore, they have not gone to Bombay. It is the brands from Bombay which has come here, Hiranandani. Brigade from Bangalore, Prestige from Bangalore, Alliance from Bangalore, and they are the largest brands. There are only two other brands in Chennai which we can remember who are also advertising. There are only two other brands. One is Basham, one is Casa Grande. Otherwise, the largest brands are outsiders. So when it comes to Chennai brands, no, Chennai as market, we are very, very conservative. I remember when I was advertising any brand you want to launch, first launch it in Chennai. If it succeeds in Chennai, it will succeed across the country. First, we'll always test launch in Chennai. So Chennai is a very, very conservative market. We know it. We are like that. We buy land and gold. We don't buy anything else. You go to Bangalore, all the guys will have plastic flowers, artificial plants, everything in their house. Here, if you buy some artificial plants for 2,000, they will immediately, why for plastic flower? Our mind is very conservative. So brands which are growing in Bangalore, people born in Chennai, grown in Chennai, building business in Chennai, entrepreneur in Chennai also will have our mindset only, no? Very conservative. But one thing, we like loyal people. So if I know, if entrepreneurs in Chennai, I mean, you take the brands in Chennai, like the one I worked in Chennai, RMKV Sales. If they know that you're working for their benefit and growth, they'll give their life to you, which is very specific to Tamil Nadu entrepreneurs. They trust the people. They look at you first. If they like you personally, they know, yes, this person is willing to grow along with me, they'll stand with us.
Excellent. Thank you for that. We have the next question from Tyagarajan, which is, if a client suggests something and we as an agency know it won't work, how do we say it? Would it affect the relationship with the client?
No, it won't affect at all. If you have built the relationship already, the client knows that he is working for my good. If he say it won't work, he will be willing to buy it. To say that you should, I told you, to start with, to say that you should be knowledgeable. You should have that ammunition with you to say why that won't work. If you give it with example, it will work. So client will be willing to buy it. I have examples where we have gone and said it will not work for you, sir. I can give you that. That time when I was in Mudra, Bangalore, I won't tell the client name, but we went and we were handling a pager client, okay, at that time. Pager client. When we started the presentation, my boss said, listen, we told the client in the presentation, listen, this pager will not be there next year. This business will be out of it, completely will be out of scene. Mobile is coming in. And we Indians like two-way communication. We don't like one-way communication. Pager is a one-way communication. Time is up for you to rethink about your business. However, let's present the annual campaign. We present the annual campaign, we continue the business. But we had the courage and willingness to share with the client saying, listen, this one-way communication business through pager will be outdated. It will disappear. Client didn't say anything. They bought the point. And all of us know it disappeared. So when you say something, you should have the data in hand. You should have the knowledge. You should be able to prove it. Other it is backfire. But we were right in that. And client bought it because he knows that we are working for him.
So with the right set of data and insights, you can convince your client with any.
We should be willing to stand by or stand and tell the client it will work or it will not work. And clients will buy it.
Absolutely. The next question from, thank you for that.
I'll tell you, one more experience I'll tell you.
Please go.
What to say, agency name at that time, it was Archard. Archard was my agency. He was our agency. They were working for us. They presented us something, and our managing directors wanted some change, which was very odd change. Then MD asked the agency directly. He asked in the present, the boardroom. He asked, "Acha, are you hurt that I asked for change? Is it right or wrong?" He was a client servicing director from the Archard. His name was Harish, if I remember well. You know what he said? Sir, we are in design business. We design ads. You are in designing business. You are designing homes. If you are saying something, There has to be something to it, sir. We will go, we'll review it and come back to you. He came back after 2 days and said, sir, what you said is not correct. We stand by what we are saying. Client bought it. So there is a way. He could say that because we had a fantastic relationship with that agency. That's the agency which delivered us. We made award-winning TV commercials through them. People won't trust, no? Even real estate commercials can win awards. We won. It was through that agency. So we can boldly tell the client, if you're not comfortable, we should be able to talk to the client.
Thank you for that. And we have one question from Purani. She said, sir, here is my question. Is client servicing a good career option for women? Listening to your experience, I'm wondering if it will be a challenge for women to find work-life balance.
No, not at all. I think advertising doesn't go by gender at all. Both of anybody can deliver in advertising, grow in advertising. It has got nothing to do with the gender.
All right. Umanath, who's also our treasurer of the advertising club and founding editor of Media News for You. His question is, you quoted about a client who speaks to the agency after 10 p.m. Is it right to encourage such practices in view of work-life balance for advertising agency professionals?
I remember sometime back, Mr. Narayan with Infosys said that we should work more than 12 hours or 18 hours, and all of us were angry. In the social media, people were pouring out. How can he say? How can he that? But tell me, who works only for 8 hours in a day? Nobody. All of us work more than 8 hours. We are living in India. We are not living in US. We are still a developing country, not a developed country. We have a long way to go. Of course, I am from poor India. When I went to the school, I went without chapel. Today, I don't know how many shoes I have because I am living in rich India. So today's generation is from rich India, but there is also generation from old India. That's what I'm saying. Simple comparison between developed nation and developing nation. We are still a developing nation. I'm not saying work for 24 hours, but please understand that client business is morning 10 o'clock to evening 10 o'clock. He cannot spend 1 minute of his time with us because he has attended to the customer. That is his business time. So he is extending his business from our 10 to 11. That's okay. You want business? Get it. Jump on it. Ask for more money. Nobody is stopping you. He's making work after 10 o'clock. No, ask for more money. He will pay. Nobody here says, no, we don't want money, no. If I tell you tomorrow, for first 8 hours, let's say 1,000 rupees a day, next 8 hours you work 2,000 rupees a day, which one will you prefer? All of us will take the second session, no? So that's all. We have a long way to go. My ideology on that is completely different. Work is important.
Awesome. Great. So I think we've come to the end of our Q&A session. It was quite an interactive session, Charles. Thank you so much. Let me ask Umanath, who's the treasurer of our Advertising Club of Madras, to give us the vote of thanks. Uma, over to you.
Thank you, Suraj. Charles, thank you so much. It was a wonderful experience listening to various uh, testimonial case studies that you have presented one after the other, including a very interesting scenario where the classic example of a real estate brand venturing into venturing from print to cinema and thereon to television, and how a hoarding creative was transforming into a advertising commercial. Those were primitive ages where people were accepting and the ideas were good. Today, the creative concept thinking level has gone up so much that they've been burning the midnight oil. So it's very interesting to learn about the transformation, and really it was completely a new experience for us because the way
Thank you.
you have taken us through various case studies of the clients like RMKV and on the textile front, retail front, and real estate and all that. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Hope there has been a different dimension of takeaway from the Charles session today. And for the audience, thank you very much. Hope you all have enjoyed the session. And we look forward to welcoming you with another session in a fortnight's time. And with this, I thank you all for the wonderful evening. Thanks to Star Vijay for sponsoring this, and the creative partner Presto, and trade media partner Media News for You, and the team from the Ad Club, Vaishnavi, Indra, and Lokesh, all of you for putting these efforts together. Signing off. Thank you so much. Thank you, Charles, once again. Hoping to
Thank you,
see
sir.
you in another forum.
Oh,
Thanks.
yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, Suresh. Thank you.